What's going on, my Ghost Squad? Welcome to Ghost Tactical's end of the year review of the SAR9 from SAR USA and SAR USA. The journey with the SAR9 really began in SHOT Show of 2018. I had never really heard of SAR USA, never really familiar with SAR USA. I had heard of them, I knew they were a Turkish company, had some pretty decent guns out there, but I never really fired one, never really handled one. So we stopped by on range day and we got to meet up with Frank and really got to talk with him for quite a while and shot a bunch of their guns. And the gun that I kind of fell in love with was this beautiful thing right here, the SAR9 from SAR USA. I shot this at range day, kind of fell in love with it the second that I picked up the gun. Before we get going, guys, we're going to definitely do a safety check, and so it is clear, so no one freaks out. It is definitely clear. For people that have never seen one or held one, it is basically, in my opinion, the love child between the HK VP9 and a Glock 17. It has definitely got the grip and the frame structure of a VP9, which is amazing. The grip is fantastic. The slide is much like a Glock 17. So if they had a baby, this is what would come out. It's a great feeling gun. It's honestly one of the best guns I've ever felt just picking it up. It fits perfectly in my hand, and it's one of those things where if the gun feels good to you, you typically have better thoughts and you're able to get a better sight picture, and you're usually able to squeeze a trigger and get good shots down on range. So it definitely feels good right out of the box. It does come with different back straps and all that to where you can kind of make it fit your own hand how you want it to. So that's a great thing about it, but I have thoroughly enjoyed this gun over the last year. I couldn't wait to get it in my hands. And thank you to SAR and thank you to Frank for getting this to me early in the year. I've spent the rest of the year trying to get as many rounds as I can, whether from practicing or training, and I've probably got a little over 2,500 rounds in it by now, and I've really enjoyed running this gun. We're going to go over some stuff that I've noticed over the last year and all of that. Well, like I said, guys, I've practiced with this thing, I've trained with this thing, I've done all sorts of shooting and as much as I can with this gun over the last year, and I've really enjoyed it. Unfortunately for me, it's a little bit big for me to carry. I'm a smaller guy, 5'8". It's a full-size gun pretty much, and it's a little bit big for me to carry. Some people can. If you're a bigger guy, absolutely no problem. But for someone who's 5'8", 165 pounds, probably not going to be a carry gun. Now, I will say this. I have carried this outside the waist at times on Every Second Matters or whatever like that. When I'm carrying outside the waist, I definitely have carried this before. But as far as a concealed carry, it's just tough for me. It is. For me, it's a very simple gun to use, especially for the price. It's probably as good as gun you're going to get out there in the market for the price. It's definitely under $400, and I've seen it, right around $325 at places. But there are definitely some good prices out there. But it's a wonderful gun, and we're going to kind of go into some of the features real quick. If you haven't seen it before, we did a really nice review several months ago on the SAR9. You can check it out right up here. And it'll kind of go in through the specs and all of that. But we're going to kind of go into the features of handling the gun and all of that stuff. And once again, it comes with an ambidextrous safety. If you like his safety, great. If not, you don't have to use it. It's very easy to lock to the back. Very simple slide. Pretty easy to get going here. If you need to take this down and clean it or get some everyday maintenance going through it, this is about as easy as you could possibly get to take this gun down. It's real simple. All you gotta do is pull that trigger, and right above the trigger well in front of the slide lock release button, there's a little thing you just pull down, you feel it pop, and it slides off. Pretty simple. It really doesn't get any easier than that. So for just getting inside of it, working on it, cleaning it up, it's pretty easy. As far as the trigger goes, this trigger is a really good trigger. It's obviously got a trigger safety here. And the cool thing about it is it feels really good. Probably after about 200 rounds, it really started kind of getting to feel really good. It felt good out of the box, but after a couple hundred rounds, it really broke in, and I can't complain one bit about this trigger. If we want to look at it real quick, we can look at it, and there is very slight take up, just a little bit, not much. Now there is some creep in it for sure. Some creep, and then it goes, it's probably about a 5.5 pound trigger pull. Okay, we'll do that again. A little bit of take up, not much. There is a significant bit of creep in it. Not bad though, it's easy. 5.5 pound trigger pull. Now, the reset is probably about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/10 of an inch, but it is very, very noticeable. Okay, it's not only audible, but you can feel that reset very easily, which I like. I like a gun that's going to let you know that you've hit reset. So let's try it again with the trigger pull, and here's the reset. So, like I said, it's a very good trigger. I like it. It's been a joy to shoot. Now, one of the things I want to talk about the sights is it's one of the negatives on this gun that I had. Now, it's not a negative towards the gun. It's just me. I noticed in the first several hundred rounds that it was pulling a little bit left consistently, so I did have to adjust the windage on the rear sights just a hair, but once I got it down, it ran flawlessly. Very, very accurate gun. Very accurate gun. Now this gun is a 15+1 capacity. It comes with 2 magazines, and it's got a little Picatinny rail on the bottom if you want to attach a light or whatever you want to attach to it. Laser, however you want to do it. It can be a great competition gun. It really could. It's got rear and front serrations for the slide. Easily manipulated either way, however you want to pull it. It's very easy with these serrations. Very, very nice. The grip itself, it's got a nice little texture to it. It's not overly bearing. It's really kind of light, actually. For people that don't like a whole lot of texture on their gun, you're going to love this. Some people might want to add a little stippling to it, or some grip tape, or a hoe grip, or whatever. But, you know, it feels pretty good. Like I said, the feeling of this gun, the grip itself is one of the best feeling grips I've ever put on in my hand, and ever. I mean, it's by far one of the best grips I've ever felt. It feels so good when you sit there and aim in. But as far as the texture on it, some people might want to be a little bit more aggressive, so you might want to put some, you know, grip tape on it, or add some stippling, or a hoe grip, or whatever you want to do. But this does feel great in the hand for sure. As far as ammunition goes, we went, like I said, over about 2,500 rounds with this thing, and we've put high end, we've put the cheapest stuff you can find, we put reloaded stuff, we've put hollow point, we've put every type of ammunition through this gun, and it never had a problem except for one type, and I don't know if it's the actual ammunition itself or what, and I'm not going to mention the name of the brand because it's not fair to them, because it might not be just their brand, it might be this type, and it's a polymer tipped ammunition. It didn't have a problem every single shot with this ammunition. It was about every 5 or 6 shots. Now, I understand if you have a 15 round, the last thing you want to do is have 3, you know, malfunctions in a magazine. So that's kind of a scary thing. With the polymer tipped ammo, I would maybe be a little skeptical on running the polymer tipped ammo through here. Well, guys, like I said, the journey with the SAR9 began at SHOT Show 2018 with just a chance meeting with Frank and going to their tent and shooting their guns. And I must say, I love this gun. Thank you to SAR USA. I appreciate you very much. This is a great gun. I've had a great time keeping in the truck. I've gone to the range. I've trained with it. I've done it all with this gun, and it's a fun gun to shoot. I wish it was a little bit smaller for me, because I would carry it all the time, but it's a little bit big for me to carry, concealed inside the waist and all that. So it is a great gun for me to have, and for the price, it could be one of the best guns on the market out there for the price. So thank you once again to SAR USA. I cannot wait to see what you guys come out with in 2019. Guys, go check out more videos using the SAR9. We've got some videos right over here, so check them out. We feature this in a lot of our videos over the last year. So until next time, once again, train often, train safely, be an everyday warrior. Semper Fi.